Hi, everybody. Carol Davis here with a spot of sunshine just for you. Now, if you're trying to keep track of my schedule, forget about it because I don't even know it. When this thing started out, I was very good at doing it every single day. But these last few months, as my regulars know, had a lot of issues. Been in the hospital a few times. Now I have a cast on my arm. I've fallen down a lot. I have lung cancer. What else? But I'm still smiling. And I know I've said this before, but I think I'm back on track now. I'm feeling really good. And my health is popping back. And we figured out why I was falling all the time because it was my medication. Now I haven't fallen. The bruises are disappearing. The scabs are falling off. Yay! Carol's back. So here's what I'm going to talk about today. Oh, I did this. I think, yeah, don't forget to spread this, to forward it, and tell everybody that I'm on Spot of Sunshine is on YouTube. Yay. So today's story that I wrote, what I'm reading today, if you've never been here before, I'm always reading from a book. Currently, I'm reading from Changeless Change, a book I wrote, and it's amazing. If I do say so myself. Check it out. But I change around. If you have a book that you'd like me to read, just let me know. Okay, here we go. Scales of Justice. And here they are. You've seen them. Scales of Justice. You know what they are, right? So we want them to be balanced. And when things go wonkers, they're not balanced. Ready? Okay. One night many years ago, I sat straight up in bed with a vision of the scales of justice. I had been harboring a resentment for months and months about the behavior of someone else. Never mind my behavior. I got to focus on someone else. Of course, I saw myself as the good person and him as the bad person. Now, if that is true, I thought while picturing the scales, how come I'm wide awake and the bad guy is probably sleeping like a rock? You ever think that? You ever lie awake all night? I don't do this anymore, but you ever lie wide awake all night thinking about the wrongs others have done you? I don't do that anymore, thank God. The vision of the scales helped me put my perception and attitude back in balance by reminding me that I choose my reactions. I made a choice in that moment not to torture myself, and never again have I lost sleep due to resentment. I just picture those scales and I'm okay. Well, I'm okay as far as sleeping is concerned, but I realized I needed to begin work on a lifetime of resentments. And I did this by taking inventory in the attic of my life where my past is stored. That's this right here. However, before I could get there, I needed to address my anger and rage. But how? I was way too angry to write. My teacher said, just start writing anyway. I couldn't. Just one page. Write down the name of someone. I could not. I would start raging at just the thought of someone in my past. I was no longer acting out violently against people or property that was not mine, but I raged and smashed things, my own things. Crazy. People kept telling me I needed to deal with my anger, and that made me angry. I yelled. I was mean and hurtful. What to do? When I was angry, I felt like a balloon filled to the brim with air had been let go inside of me. Have you ever seen that? Blow up a balloon and then let it go out. It goes all over the room, flying every which way like a psycho bird. Well, that's how I felt inside when I was angry. Like balls were bouncing in every direction, uncontrollably inside of me. So, what to do? I did what I call beat up my bed. Just pound the crap out of my bed. Every time I felt the rage, I would pummel my bed until the energy inside of me dissipated. Pow, 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 pow. Of course, I wasn't always at home, so I occasionally had a few slips of the tongue. But more often, I would hold my anger inside, knowing my bed and some sweet release was waiting for me when I did get home. Releasing the energy of anger within me, I was then able to finally enter into the attic of my being to start rummaging through everything buried there. In my attic, I found the clues for beginning my journey back to me. So here's the deal. That's that chapter. Here's the deal. I call this up here, my subconscious is my attic. And do you ever find yourself saying, why do I keep acting that way? And I was so mad at myself all the time. I was a rager because I kept acting out and I didn't know why. And people say, write about it. And you heard me what I just said. But how is writing going to help? It did. I don't do that anymore. I wrote and wrote and wrote. I wrote where it came from, why I was mad at the world, why I thought everything else was my parents' fault, their fault, your fault. I did certain things. I took actions. And guess what? I just don't get rageful anymore. I know I got older, but long time ago, it's been a long years, decades since I've been a rager. So contact me if you want to know more about that, because rage and anger is kind of my specialty, because that's what got me to the park bench, living on Skid Row, because I couldn't control my rage. But now I don't have any. Now I'm spreading the smiles across the miles. So give me a shout. Thank you. Bye. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, in broadcast. Yeah, I forgot. See, it's been so long.